So they've announced that Banjo Tooie is coming to Nintendo Switch. And I just want to make a quick video just to recommend the type of mindset that I think people should go into Banjo Tooie with. Because I think most of the people that play Banjo Tooie and don't like it typically went into it with specific expectations of it that just kind of aren't the experience that the game wants to give you. And what I mean by that is that you shouldn't really play Banjo Tooie like you would play any other collectathon. Because Banjo Tooie is more of an adventure game than it is a collectathon. Like, it is a collectathon, obviously, but it's also an adventure game. Don't go into this expecting it to play like Banjo-Kazooie. Because, like, yes, the way that you interact with the world is identical to Banjo-Kazooie, but the way that the world operates is so widely different from Banjo-Kazooie, and also from, like, any other collectathon game you can find. Because in Banjo-Tooie, while on the surface it appears like you're going into disconnected worlds that are just their own little isolated experiences, that's not what's going on here. None of the worlds are completely disconnected from the other worlds. Really, what's happening is you're slowly peeling back the layers of one world, and that's the experience that you're going to get here. Banjo-Kazooie is more like a Zelda game than it is like a Mario game. So if you go into it just wanting to play it like a Mario game, where you go into a world and you just want to do the 10 challenges that will get you the 10 jiggies, you're not going to like it, because that's not the way that the game wants you to play it. It's not the way that the game wants you to think about it. Like, the two main complaints people have about Banjo-Tooie are, one, that they don't like the backtracking, and two, that the worlds are too big. But the backtracking and the size of the worlds are a fundamental part of the experience that Banjo-Tooie is trying to give you. If you just removed them, it would just be a different game that's going for a different objective. Because yes, when you go into a world, you're not going to be able to solve everything the first time you go there. And part of that is because you're going to have to go get a move from a later level and then bring that back to this world to do something. But then another part of that is that sometimes in order to solve something in one world, you have to do something in another world to physically change the way that that other world works. Like, at one point, you'll find a basin that needs water in it, and you'll say, and in that world there is no obvious place to find water to bring there. Turns out you bring the water from a different world, and that's how it works there. Each of the different worlds interconnect with each other and interacts with each other in a way that just, you would expect it from, like, a Metroid game or a Zelda game. You wouldn't expect it from a Mario game, right? I like to say Banjo-Tooie is Rare's Ocarina of Time, because they looked at Ocarina of Time and they thought, this is a really interesting idea of having this big interconnected world that you slowly unravel all the mysteries of over the course of the game, and they decided to do that with Banjo-Kazooie gameplay, because people wanted another Banjo game. So they just kind of merged those two ideas together. And then similarly, the reason why the worlds are so big is because it's an adventure game. You want big worlds in an adventure game. Sure, you don't want big worlds in a game where you're going into it thinking, I just want to do the 10 challenges in this world and then move on to the next world. But that's because Banjo-Tooie isn't that kind of game. You can try to go into it with that mindset, and you're just going to walk away not enjoying it. If you go into it with the mindset of, this is Rare's Ocarina of Time, you're going to enjoy it so much more. Because that's what it is, and that's what they're trying to do. So yeah, basically I just wanted to give a piece of advice that if you're going into Banjo-Tooie, don't expect it to play like a Mario game, or like the first Banjo-Kazooie game, because it's fundamentally just a different experience entirely to those games. That's all I wanted to say. I haven't made a video on this channel in a while, so I should also just mention here that a little while ago I was invited onto Josh Busker's YouTube channel to talk about what I love about Donkey Kong Country 3, so I recommend people go check out that video. And also stay tuned to this YouTube channel, because I do have a video that I hope to have out by Halloween, because it's thematically relevant to Halloween. Anyways, bye.